Attention please. This uploading is only for educational purpose. No intention to infringe copyrights. Learning English with subtitles. GPITRAL. Follow us.
Only 386 Alaska State Troopers patrol the rugged terrain of America's largest state.
We are the front line.
They are responsible for upholding the law in the most remote villages in North America.
There's a lot going on out here with limited amount of resources.
Now, follow these brave men and women on the streets and into the prison system as they tackle the crime.
You're under arrest for probation violation, okay?
And the contraband.
Alcohol is a huge problem out here.
This is Alaska's vast frontier. And these are the Alaska State Troopers.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
It's not a mundane office jockey job. It is the Wild West.
This is Alaska's Wild West, the Seward Peninsula, an outpost of the treacherous Bering Sea. Here, winter temperatures fall below zero, and daylight lasts less than 4 hours. This barren western Alaskan tundra is an unforgiving place to live.
This part of the country is different than any other part of the United States that I've seen. It's extreme out here.
But the Seward Peninsula is home to 15 remote native villages. It's a desolate landscape, inaccessible by car.
Some of our villages don't have any law enforcement presence in them at all. We're the only folks that respond. We're it.
Here, suicide rates are some of the highest in the world, and sex crimes are higher than anywhere in the country.
You know, it's pretty serious up here on the Seward Peninsula.
It's April, the beginning of spring, and a heavy storm has paralyzed Nome, Alaska. This town of 3,000 is a hub for the entire Seward Peninsula. It's also the operational post for 4 Alaska State Troopers and 1 investigator. But snowdrifts and zero visibility have kept troopers from patrolling the remote villages for over a week.
The weather affects everything that we do here. It affects our travel to the villages in order to do our job.
Trooper Ann Sears is one of only a handful of women on the force.
Being a woman and being in law enforcement, I'm definitely a minority. But it is kind of ironic that I've had a couple of wrestling matches with men, but really the most serious ones have been with other women.
She works together with her husband, Investigator Jay Sears, a 12-year veteran of the Alaska State Troopers. They're one of only 2 husband and wife teams on the force.
We've made some good cases together, actually. There's probably not really any words to describe it because we live and work together and we are with each other 24 hours a day. And it is interesting.
Today, Trooper Sears is heading out to the village of Brevik Mission, located 53 air miles outside of Nome.
There's a gentleman in Brevik Mission that has a $10,000 felony warrant.
In 2006, while living in Nome, Alfred Kakuna blacked out and assaulted his girlfriend, choking her with a belt. He fled the scene before police could arrest him.
The crimes involved are assault for domestic violence.
For 2 years, Alfred has eluded local authorities. Now Trooper Sears is making the trip to bring him to justice. She's being flown by her husband, Like many Alaska State Troopers assigned to rural posts, Investigator Sears is also a licensed pilot. With no road system and frozen waterways, air travel to the villages is more than a mere convenience. It's the only means of transportation.
That's part of the danger that a lot of folks don't realize. It's just responding to what we do on a daily basis. Alaska leads the nation in aircraft accidents. We fly everywhere.
The flight to the nearby native village is brief, less than 30 minutes.
Oh, honey, thank you.
Live to serve. Live to serve you.
Waiting for the troopers is the village public safety officer, or VPSO. Officer Olena escorts them into town. From late fall to late spring, the village's gravel roads are covered in over 4 feet of snow.
The roads around town get so drifted, there's so much snow drift that the only way to get around is on four-wheeler or snow machine.
Officer Olena briefs Trooper Sears on the situation.
The person that we're looking for, Alfred, is at his mother's house, but it kind of sounds like maybe Alfred has gotten an idea that he might get arrested on this warrant.
With no backup and only a standard issue Glock pistol, they head to the house.
There's no back door, is there? On this place? Okay.
DPSO.
Alfred, I need to talk to you.
Trooper Sears immediately smells marijuana.
Are you the one smoking dope or somebody else?
No, not me.
Hands out of your pocket, Alfred.
Alfred cooperates, but his mother's not so helpful.
Taking your brother. No business doing that.
I need you to stop. Okay, you and I are gonna go to Nome on that warrant, all right? And you're gonna have to deal with it with the court.
They take Alfred into custody, but his mother grows more irritated.
Just close it. Can't even pick up a fuse or diameter.
Your mom's pretty pissed off at me. Or is she pissed at you?
I don't know what to tell you about that.
At the public safety office, she places Alfred in a holding cell.
No problem. Bye.
I've been hiding out here for the last 3 years, trying to stay away from the alcohol and trouble.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Me and alcohol don't mix very good. Kind of violent when I get alcohol. So here I am now. In jail cell.
Just hours later, it's time to transport Alfred back to Nome. Although Alfred seems compliant, Trooper Sears never takes any chances when flying with a prisoner.
Okay, go ahead and turn around for me. Everybody's always handcuffed in the plane. I always sit in the back of the plane so that they're the furthest away from the pilot that I can possibly get them. I mean, they could, try to hurt them and, make the plane go down. So I always transport somebody with the thought that they don't care what happens, but they're not going to go to jail.
I love living it here. I live here rather than the city. I'll be missing out, but then still I'll have a place to come home to when I get out.
When suspects are arrested on the Seward Peninsula, they are brought here to the Anvil Mountain Correctional Center in Nome.
Do you want Alfred in here? Yeah, go ahead. All right.
Before releasing Alfred into the general population, he must be screened, processed, and booked.
The first 24 hours for a remand for someone coming into jail, especially someone new, is the most critical. And it can be a very shocking experience and very depressing for most folks.
We just completed a strip search on him, and after he gets dressed with institutional clothing, he'll come out and we'll do prints and pictures and get him set up for in-population. You all right in there? All right, come on out. Mr. Kuna, why don't you land over here on the wall? Take your picture, please.
Some of these people have been in and out, and it's not a big issue for them. For someone who's first come to jail, if it's their first time, it may be a big issue, you know, and usually I'm going to talk to that person. Besides booking and all the paperwork and everything that goes along with it, we're also assessing these people to make sure that they're going to be okay.
But this isn't Alfred's first trip to Anvil Mountain. For now, his fate remains undecided.
I have no clue how long am I going to be sentenced, but tomorrow, 1:30, I'll be at the court begging for mercy and for forgiveness. And let me go back to my village and go live the life I've been living the last few years, free of alcohol.